Draya back with another video. If you are new here, welcome. If not, welcome back, y'all. So as you guys can tell by the title, I will be giving you guys a story time today. For one, sorry for the plain background. I'm waiting for my new backdrops to come in. And also, if you're wondering why you're getting this video on a Friday, it is because I did not post a video last Saturday. So to make up for it, you guys will be getting a story time today and tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. So you're welcome. As you can see by the title, I'm going to be telling another story time about a trip gone wrong, I guess you can say. If you haven't watched my broke in ATL story time, I believe it was, go ahead and watch that. I will be talking about the same character in that story and this story as well. So in that story, we used the name of my friend. We used the name Chelsea. So if you guys just want like a little bit more backstory about me and her and how our trips be going, go ahead and watch that broken ATL video. I'll try to link it somewhere if I can. But yeah, go ahead and watch that. And this is another trip we went on together where we were basically also broke, but we were both broke this time, guys. Do not ask me why we keep going on trips broke. I don't know. It's dumb, but we did it. And every time we do it, like, it doesn't turn out so great. I mean, it wasn't the worst, but I'm gonna just explain it to y'all. But anyway, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to hit that post notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video, guys. Help me get to 500 subscribers. We're about at 450 right now, I believe. Maybe 451, I think last time I checked. Yeah, so around 450 right now, guys. Help me get to 500 subscribers by the end of January. That would help me out so much. I love you guys so much. I am very much trying to stay consistent, and I'm still gonna go ahead and give y'all these videos. So definitely count on that and hold me accountable, y'all. Be like, where's my video this week? You know what I'm saying? Hold me accountable. Trust me. Like, I'm human, you know, things don't always work out, but hold me accountable. Hold me accountable. But anyway, guys, I don't remember if I showed you guys my nails in the last video or not, but these are my New Year nails. Something slight. Y'all, I already broke one. I always break one, but it's all right. I'll get it fixed this weekend. But yes, guys, let's get into the story. There were basically 3 characters in the story, which is me, my friend Chelsea, and then our other friend, and we're gonna name him, oh, I didn't even think about it. We're gonna name him Scary. We're gonna name him Scary. It was Chelsea's birthday, guys. It was Chelsea's birthday, and Chelsea's birthday is basically around, you know, Christmas time, the holidays. Basically, unfortunately, you guys who have December birthdays, it sucks because, I mean, it's hard to get people to go on trips with you because they're trying to have their money for Christmas and whatnot. So yeah, y'all already know how that goes. I don't really have to explain that. But we definitely made it work. You know what I'm saying? Because it's your birthday, you're our girl, and we want to celebrate with you. So she kind of made it easy this year trip-wise, since, guys, we do live in Pittsburgh. We are from Pittsburgh. And when she said, you know what, let's go to DC for the weekend. And I'm just like, bet, because we all have vehicles, we can drive. Now, the way our vehicles worked, both my vehicle and Chelsea's vehicle it was basically on their last limb. I'm gonna hold you. It was on their last limb. We were only really driving our cars locally, like to work, or, you know, we went out around the city. But DC is about, what, 3.5 hours from Pittsburgh. And we just knew that we were not going to be able to take our cars. And then not only that, but we were so low on funds that we didn't want to waste the money we did have trying to get a rental. So this is where, dang, what did I name him? Y'all, did I really just forget what I named him? Oh, Scary. So this is where Scary comes in. Okay, so this is all being done behind the scenes. I'm at this point out the loop. I don't know what's going on. So I guess Chelsea and Scary were talking about the trip, and Chelsea ended up getting Scary, or talking him into, Scary is a guy, just so you know. Chelsea ended up getting Scary to drive us down there. So she calls me up and she says,
"Hey, Draya, DC is a go. Scary said he will drive."
So I'm just like, oh, okay, bet. Like, if he drives, that's perfect. And then she goes ahead and tells me, oh, sorry, I'm kicking wires. Then she goes ahead and tells me,
yes, the guy, this guy that I met when we went out of town the one time, he's going to meet us down there. He said he's going to pay for our hotel and, basically our hotel and basically everything.
Okay, he said he was paying for everything. And honestly, that's why I was on board. You would have thought I learned my lesson from going to ATL. I'm telling y'all, if y'all have not seen the video, go ahead and watch that video. I actually got a lot of negative comments on that video on my behalf, but that is okay. Go watch the video anyway. Seriously. She's telling us how this guy's gonna meet us down here. I actually did meet the guy before. So I'm like, oh, okay, bet, cool. So he's gonna meet us down there. He got the hotel, and I think he also got a rental as well. So, I mean, everything was looking up. At this point, we're geeked up. I had my little, I'm gonna hold y'all, I had my little, like, what, $200. Yo, I don't know why I keep going to town broke as hell. But I had, like, my little $200 on me. I'm not gonna hold you. I think Chelsea had, like, not even that. She probably had, like, $50. I ain't even gonna hold you. $50. And then Scary, I didn't know how much he had at this point. All I knew is that he was the driver and that we had to fill up his gas tank going there and back. And we're like, okay, bet. So we did that, no issue at all. Cool. At this point, we are on the road and we're geeked up. We're like,
ooh, it's Friday. It's Chelsea's birthday. We finna go party, going to DC. Everything's paid for. Let's get some weed.
It's like, nah, but for real. But yeah, so we're going down there driving. The drive seemed dumb quick, swear it did. I think we had already brought liquor down there, y'all. I was kind of just already like drinking in the car a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. Because we ain't really eat or nothing, but yeah. So we get down there and the guy who's supposed to be meeting us down there, let's call him Scammer. We're gonna call him Scammer because this nigga was a scammer. Yes, he was. So we get to the hotel and he's not there yet. He's like, I'm still making my way from, I forget what city he was coming from. But he's like,
I'm still making my way from here. Y'all go ahead. I put Chelsea's name on the room as well. So Chelsea should be able to check in.
And we're just like, all right, that cool. So we get there, get to the front desk. Chelsea's giving her name. The front desk is trying to verify, verify scammers like reservation and credit card and all that good stuff. So they actually bring us upstairs to like the second or third floor where like their main offices are. I don't know. This like hotel was kind of weird, but it was in one of the actual hotel rooms. So they also and there were like nice suites too. So we like went in there and they like kind of gave us like a little mini tour of like the suite and why he was trying to verify all the cards and whatnot, because mind you, Scammer was not there, but they had his information. So while they're trying to verify all of that, me and Scary, we're kind of like just walking the halls, roaming around. Like we're trying not to really be too much in the business because me and Scary really don't have anything to do with getting the hotel. So we were just kind of like letting Chelsea handle that since she was the one in communication with Scammer. So we're walking up and down the halls and I think I ended up on the phone. I don't know who I was talking to, but I know I ended up on the phone. So Scary ended up walking back to Chelsea. And I don't know, I guess I pretty much missed the whole thing because next thing you know, I see Chelsea and and Scary coming out of the hotel room office, and they're like, come on, you know, let's get on the elevator to go back downstairs. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Like, she was like, yeah. Chelsea was like,
Yeah, the guy said we gotta wait down in the lobby.
or something like that. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Let's go wait down in the lobby. So I guess the hotel people are still trying to verify scammers' cards, and they're like, hey, send a picture of your ID to this number and this. Like, it was like a whole bunch of extra stuff, y'all. I told y'all I did not want to be a part of the process at all. So that's why I kind of just dipped off and did my own thing. But once I seen them leaving to get on the elevator, I hopped on with them and we went back downstairs to the lobby. So we're sitting in the lobby, and y'all, when I tell y'all everything happened so fast, it happened so fast. Like, literally, we're sitting in the lobby, and like I said, I'm just sitting there chilling on my phone. The lobby was really, really nice, and all I remember is the hotel people saying, yeah, we're gonna have to call the police. And that's when I immediately look up, like, what's going on? She talking to us? And when I turned back around, y'all, when I turned back around to look at Scammer and Chelsea, they had already got up and was walking out the front door. So I was like, oh shit, let me, like, what's going on? But I didn't ask all them questions. I just followed them out the door because obviously something wasn't right. Something was wrong. So we ended up walking back to the car, and I'm hella confused. I'm like, y'all, what just happened? Like, I just missed everything, you know, trying to mind my business and let Chelsea handle everything. Like, I missed the whole thing. Like, what just happened? So she was just like, yeah, basically, and this is Chelsea saying this.
Basically, he as in Scammer, sent a picture of his ID, but it didn't match the name that was on the card. So they weren't able to verify it.
Which I don't know why Scammer thought that was going to work. Like, hotels always look at the name. Like, are you dumb? You gotta be. So it just wasn't, of course, the hotel wasn't going for it. And since the name on the card was different, they looked at it as, okay, this is a stolen card. You're trying to use somebody else's credit card. And that's why they were calling the police, basically. So that's why we had to dip out of there like that. So I'm over here like, this scamming ass motherfucker. Scamming ass mofo. Like, what? So, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I'm low-key laughing. Like, I'm really laughing because I'm like, what just happened? Like, is this for real right now? So, at this point, I feel bad because Scary had drove the whole way. He's getting annoyed, and he's also a little scared because he's just like, oh, the police, like, chill, we don't got time for that. Like, no. So, at this point, Chelsea is calling Scammer. Like, she's literally calling him like, yo, you know, this and this is going on. He's like, all right, hold on. And basically, after a while, he stopped answering the phone. Yes, he did. He stopped answering the phone. And at this point, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. Yep. It's like 1 a.m. And here goes me. I'm in a back seat. I had some those little mini bottles. I had like a bunch of those in my purse. Don't ask me where I got them from, but just know I had a bunch of those little mini shots in my purse. So I'm in a back seat getting lit because at the end of the day, we're down here for Chelsea's birthday, and I'm not about to let Scammer scamming ass ruin it right now. Like, we're just gonna wait until he touched down in DC. So I'm looking at them like, all right, y'all, well, y'all want to hit the hookah lounge? Like, I'm not even playing, y'all. I'm just so a go with the flow person. Like, something like that was not about to trip me up. Like, it just wasn't. It was not about to trip me up. I'm the type of person, like, I will sleep in the car. I'm not saying that is safe to do, especially in DC, but I will sleep in a car. It's not a big a deal. And it wasn't even like super cold out either, even though it was December, but it wasn't super cold out either. Not only that, but I'm throwing shots back. I don't feel nothing anyway. So I'm like, come on, y'all, just drink with me. Because I had an actual bottle too in the car. I'm like, just drink with me. And Scare was just like,
that's weird. Like, how could you drink at a time like this? Like, we don't have nowhere to lay our head or wash our ass, and you're worried about drinking and going to the hookah spot.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, damn. Like, I wouldn't say I'm not worried about where I'm gonna lay my head or wash my ass, but I'm not about to be tripping like that. Like, I know I don't think I'm not dirty, because I literally just got in the shower and got dressed before we even hopped in a car to come down here. So we will just get our own hotel if it came down to it. But he's just like,
no, we're not going to the hookah lounge. We're not going anywhere until we figure out where we're staying tonight.
And Chelsea finally butts in and she's like,
bro, scammers coming. We just gotta wait. Like, just chill. Scammers coming.
And I'm just like, exactly, scammers coming. Let's go to the hookah lounge or do something. Go to any type of bar and do something. That way, by the time we're done at the bar, scammers should be here and we'll have a hotel to go to. And if not, guess what? We'll just get our own. Basically, Scary wasn't having that, and we had to basically do what Scary wanted to do because he was the one driving. So at this point, I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. I keep drinking my shots in the back seat. I'm checking my bank account, checking to see how much cash I had, knowing damn well, Draya, you ain't got shit. Make it last. So that's exactly what I was going to do. Make it last. So long story short, like I said, we end up waiting in the car still. And Scary, you know, he's kind of panicking at this point, to the point where it's giving me hella anxiety. Like, anxiety through the roof. I don't like getting like that. I'm super chill. Like I said, go with the flow type of person. So when somebody is like panicking and, oh, I don't know what to do, and I mean, it just, like, my anxiety just goes through the roof, because it's just like, bro, chill. Like, everything is going to be okay. And literally, guys, it's always okay. Just take a chill pill. Literally, everything always works out. Plus, panicking don't do nothing anyway but stress you out. So keep that stress over there, baby. I don't need none of that stress that it was rubbing off on you and coming on to me. So anyway, since we're sitting in the car, Chelsea keeps trying to call Scammer. And then after a while, we're like, yo, well, she's like, I'm not about to keep calling him and blowing up his phone, because, you know, you ain't trying to be tweaking or nothing. But at the end of the day, he did promise us that he would get the hotel and all that good stuff. So yeah, we was really banking on that. I ain't gonna hold you. We was really banking on that. Sorry, y'all, if y'all hear running around upstairs. There's toddlers upstairs. I can't control it. It is what it is. But I have to record this video for you guys. But dang, it's bedtime. It's like 10 o'clock. But anyway, so... oh, it's bothering me so bad. All right. At this point, Scary's just like,
no, we need to try all these different hotels. We need to go to these hotels, see if we can get into one of these hotels.
And I'm just like, okay, all right. So I start looking stuff up. Now, I already knew, since we were in actual DC, hotels were going to be more expensive than if we were to get something, you know, right outside of DC. We're looking at all the hotels that are in the city. They're all super expensive or booked up. So my mother, she actually works like one day a month at she works one day a month at a hotel just so she can get perks of, you know, being a hotel employee. So I hit her up. I'm like, hey mom, look at your you know, hotel app and see how much of a discount you get, you know, for friends and family. So she's telling me, and it's basically dang near the same price as the original price. I guess it was, I think that weekend, it was like a big weekend. I forget what was going on, but that weekend, like, all the hotels were booked, everything. Of course, we didn't know. We weren't the ones in charge of getting the hotel. Scammer was. And I'm not gonna hold you. The whole time, I'm just like, y'all, I still think we should go out and wait on Scammer. I think we should go somewhere and wait on Scammer. At this point, they're not listening to me. Chelsea just stops responding to me and all because she knows that she had already talked to Scary, and Scary's freaking out. Not only that, but she knows Scary way more than I do. Scary is more of her friend, and then we all kind of became friends. Like, I was Chelsea's friends already, and then we all kind of just became like a little trio. So she still knew him way better than I did. And I'm just like, this is like too much. Like, he is like giving me anxiety. Like, I just don't understand why we can't just go out and wait for a scammer. But I also understand where Scary is coming from, because it's just like, okay, well, what if scammer never comes? Where are we going to lay our head? I completely understand that. I really, really do. But I already know how me and Chelsea roll. Like, we are such go with the flow type people that if it came down to it, we would have thugged it out in the car and got a telly in the morning. Like, I'm telling you, that's just how we are. We start going into these hotels. We're calling them. We had to make a reservation over the phone, go there, and then pay. So we did that. Y'all, I can't remember what hotels these were, but these were nice hotels. So we're going to the hotels. We're going to the front desk. We finally get in one. They found our reservation. Next thing you know, the power cuts out. I'm like, what? Like, what just happened? Like, so of course the whole system shuts down, and it's taking forever to reboot. I mean, forever. Because at this point, I'm getting annoyed. Not because we can't get a hotel, but because Scary's ass just wouldn't stop talking about the fact that he wanted to lay his head down somewhere and wash his ass. And it's like, okay, I get it, but you complaining about it is not going to make the situation any better. Like, I promise you that. And let me tell you, it didn't. The situation didn't get better. Like, goodness. We're like waiting forever. So while we're waiting, the guy is kind of telling us all the details about everything, what we need, the amount of money we need for the room for the night, and all this extra stuff. And we're like, okay, are you able to split the amount between 2 cards? Because come to find out, Chelsea didn't have any money. And she just kept saying,
well, it's my birthday tomorrow, and I know big people are going to be sending me bread.
So I know Chelsea, and I know people to be really sending her money. So I believed her. I ain't gonna hold you. I completely believed her. I'm like, you know what? Bet let me and Scary figure out, you know, how to pay it for tonight, and then, you know, tomorrow we gonna be good. Gary's looking at his account. He's like,
man, I can't pay for this because I got this coming out and this coming out.
And, you know, I get it. I don't like touching my bank account when I got bills coming out either. But if y'all know how the banks work, when bills come out of your account on the weekend, it technically doesn't post to your bank statement or actually take the money physically out of your account until the following Tuesday. Okay? Because that Monday is also counted as a weekend as well. So I was trying to tell him, like, hey, hun, we have the same bank, and I've been banking with this bank for since I was 16 years old. I'm just like, I'm telling you, we will give you the money back, you know, way before Tuesday even comes. Because mind y'all, it's Friday night. Technically, it's Saturday, 1, 2 in the morning. So he's just panicking, like,
no, fine, but I really need my money back tomorrow.
Talking about, you know, Saturday. And we're just like, fine, we will get you your money back tomorrow, like, whatever. So the system ends up turning back on, and Scary and I go back in, and we pay for a room for the night. Cool. The room was very nice as well. Like I said, it was a very nice hotel. We had a very good time in that hotel. So we go up to her room. Scary, I'm thinking his stress levels are going to come down and everything's going to be good. No, they literally get 10 times worse. And I'm just like, yo, like, we're in here, go wash your ass, and then go lay your head down like you've been wanting to. Like, I don't get this right now. But he is so worried about, oh, I gotta get this money back in my account. Like, I gotta get this money back in my account. Because he ended up calling, I guess he ended up hitting up his grandmother. Yep, that's what it was. No, sorry, y'all. That happened the next day. Okay, so we're in the hotel. Everything's good. We're chilling. I'm still drinking because, like I said, I'm not stressing. We're supposed to be having a good night. Of course, the night was killed, and it was, at this point, it was super late, so we wasn't about to head out nowhere anyway. So we're basically in for the night. But I'm, still drinking with Chelsea and stuff because, it's her birthday now. It's Saturday and it's her birthday now. We eventually go to bed. We're like, listen, we are going to figure everything out in the morning because so we also asked for a late checkout, and the late checkout they gave us was 1 o'clock. So we knew we had until 1 o'clock on Saturday, 1 o'clock p.m. to get I think, honestly, guys, I'm not even gonna hold you. I think the hotel room was only like $125. I'm not even gonna hold you. I think it was like $125 a night. I kid you not. But like I told you, we went down there with like no funds for all, and we still had to make sure we had enough funds to be able to eat and stuff. We're like, all right, we have until 1 o'clock p.m. tomorrow to come up with another $125 so we can stay in this hotel for another night. So the night before, when we're about to go to sleep, Scammer does end up calling Chelsea, and he's like,
yeah, I'm out here. I just end up getting another hotel.
And here go me. See, I told y'all we should have just went out. And by the time we was done going out having fun, we could have went to the hotel with Scammer. So now we have 2 hotels for no reason. No reason at all. Literally. So I'm just like, fine, whatever. Because like I said, y'all, I completely understand where Scary was coming from. But it's just like, damn, like, have a little trust in Scammer. It's like, don't ever have trust in no damn Scammer, y'all. Don't ever. But he ended up being very legit, y'all. He did. He meant what he said. I will give him that. So anyway, the next day comes and I'm in get this money mode. Good morning, guys. What's up? I'm giving Chelsea birthday shout outs. She's trying to get money off people, like posting her Cash App on all her social medias and whatnot. And I was actually talking to this one guy at the time, and I ended up even getting him to send her $100 for her birthday too. So we was straight for it. We made the 125 in like 30 minutes. No lie. I hit up my dad. I hit up my sister's dad. Like, I was hitting up all the dads. I ain't gonna hold you. I was hitting up all the dads. They was all sending me like, $50 a piece. Like, we had more than enough money, swear. But when I tell y'all, unfortunately, we wasn't able to. We got the money in 30 minutes, but people didn't start sending us the money until after 1 o'clock had already hit. So mind you, we're trying to still hurry up and get the money to the hotel so they don't kick us out. So we're calling them, asking them like, hey, because mind you, the night before we had to pay like an extra $100 for like incidentals and stuff. So we're like, do we have to pay another incidental fee? And they said no. So we're like, bet we only got to come up with another 125. So once 1 o'clock was like approaching, we're looking at Scary like, look, is there anybody at all you can hit up who can send you $200 real quick? And once me and Chelsea get the money, we'll just give it right back to you, like no problem at all. He's like, oh, I guess I can ask my grandma. And we're like, all right, cool. So he asked his grandma. His grandma was so nice to actually just give it to him with like no questions asked, for real. And she didn't even give him a date like, hey, I need this money back by this. She said, give me the money back whenever you get it. Okay, grandma, thank you. Shoot, I'm paying grandma back on payday. If that's the case, shoot. But he's like, okay, grandma, thank you so much. And when I tell y'all, it took us like an hour just to convince him to ask her. Like, he was scared to ask her, which I get it. For some people, it's hard to ask people for money. Me, I've never been that type of person, especially if it's a family member. So yeah, so it took us like an hour to convince him to even ask his grandmother to give us that money. So she sent the money, and he's just like, I need that money back right now, right now. And I'm just like, dang, like, do you need it back? Like, I get you want to pay your grandma back, but she literally just said that she doesn't need you to pay her back until, you're ready to give it back to her. Is there any way that we can give you the money back on Monday when we get back home? That way we're not completely broke down here, and we can keep the little bit of money we have in our pockets to eat and stuff. And he's basically like,
no, I need that money back now.
And me and Chelsea are like, okay, dude, whatever. So ended up getting the money from my people, and she and Chelsea got the money from her people, because we each had to pay. We each basically had to give, what's his name? Scary, $125 a piece, because he kept saying,
I was not supposed to pay for any hotel. I was only supposed to pay for the drive down here, and you guys were supposed to fill up my gas tank and feed me.
Huh? Feed you? No, this is coming from me, because who was going to tell me that I had to feed you, a grown-ass man? Like, what? So now at this point, Chelsea's looking at me like,
yeah, bro, like, I ended up telling him, like, in order, to drive us, that we would pay for everything, including his meals.
baby, that's a grown-ass man. Like, you already know you ain't have no money. You're banking on people giving you birthday money. So that's not even always guaranteed money, you know what I'm saying? And then, I only had like 200 to my name, you know what I'm saying? And like, you're promising him that I'ma feed him? Why would you do that? Because now you're offering up my money. That's weird. So I didn't know this, but I'm trying to play it cool, because guess what? Scary? I wasn't supposed to pay for no hotel either. And guess what? We would have never had to pay for the hotel if you would have just calmed the fuck down and let's go out and chill until Scammer got to the city. Like, I don't understand what the big deal was. Like, I'm sorry. I understand, but it's just like, I don't know. I be trying to like not make a big deal out of things that I cannot control, because you really will stress yourself out, and that's what he did, and it was stressing me the fuck out. So anyway, yeah, so of course he's getting all mad at Scammer and whatnot, and it's just like, why you getting mad at Scammer? I mean, yeah, he was trying to be on some Scammer shit, but at the end of the day, he ended up getting a whole hotel and a rental. Like, we would have been straight. Like, shoot, whatever. So we ended up giving him $125 a piece, because, like I said, he had paid for the night before. And y'all, I can't remember the full breakdown, which is why it's not fully adding up in my head. But I remember us having to pay him $125 a piece. Oh, that's why. We ended up having to pay him $125 a piece, because I think it was like an extra hold for extra $100 for like incidentals. So he paid for, I think me and him split the first night, along with he paid the incidentals. I don't know. However I added up, we ended up having to pay him like $125 a piece or whatever. So I basically I basically paid for one night, and then Chelsea paid for the next night, if that makes sense. So yeah, he got his money back. He's finally like able to breathe again. So of course he's sitting on like $300 right now. Of course, he got to give that money back to his grandmother, and put the other money back on his card. So I get it. I get it. You weren't expecting to spend anything at all as a grown-ass man, which is still kind of weird. But yeah, whatever. So he's just like,
yeah, like, I'm hungry.
I'm like, yeah, let's go get something to eat. So we go to get something to eat, and we ended up hitting up like this mall. I don't know what mall it was. It was kind of a small mall. And we went to Charlie's inside the mall, the little sub place, Charlie's. And I basically got everybody the same meal, like a small chicken fillet of fries with a drink. And yeah, since I was paying for all the food, and at this point, we were waiting for Chelsea to get more money sent. So she still basically had nothing. And I just had the little bit of money left from, you know, whatever I had left, basically. So, yeah, we're eating. And I'm over here thinking, like, how am I supposed to feed all of us this whole trip? Like, first of all, I was bamboozled into this trip because I wasn't told from the beginning that I would have to be paying for meals. Like, I knew I had to pay for my own food, and that's anywhere you go. Of course, you have to pay for your own food. So why would you ever promise him? Well, I know why she promised him, but it's just like, why would you ever promise him that you would pay for his meals, knowing that you ain't have the money yourself? So you're really banking on me to pay for his meals. And this is a big dude, not big dude, but you know, he be in the gym, he eat a lot. You know how niggas eat, he eat a lot. I'm just like, whatever, eat this. I could tell like he was so hungry, but oh well, you gonna be losing some calories on this trip, baby. We go back to the room. Everything is starting to calm down. I'm trying to think, what did we even do that day? We literally didn't even really do much that whole day. I think our mood was kind of shot. But I do know later on that night, we ended up getting super cute, and I don't know, I ended up getting lit. Scammer ended up coming to our room, gave Chelsea her birthday gifts. It was real cute. And what did we do? Oh yeah, I ended up ordering pizza. And it's so crazy because, like, you know, at this point, I'm the one with the money. Chelsea, she had maybe a little bit of money from people sending her birthday money, but now we had Scammer here too. But before Scammer got here, I had ordered the pizza, and of course, Scary's just like,
oh, well, I want this on the pizza, and I want wings, and I want breadsticks.
And I'm like, bro, you don't even have any money to be requesting all of this food, knowing that I barely have funds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I barely have funds, so I don't know what you talking about. I'm talking about you want wings and you're not getting, we're getting pizza. We're getting pizza. So ordered the pizza. You know, the pizza is cut in like 8 slices. So I think I ate 2, Chelsea ate 2, and then we saved 4 pieces for Scary. And I think Scary was still hungry. And I'm just like, there's no way you came down here with $0, like $0, like to get you like an extra little grub, like, you know what I mean? But I'm not thinking too much about it because, first of all, you should be happy that I'm even feeding you because I didn't even know I had to feed you. Because had I known that, I probably would have never came. I brought enough money to feed myself, and now I'm feeding all 3 of us. This is insane. Or maybe is it payback? I don't even want to say it's payback. Y'all gotta watch the ATL Storytime to know what I'm talking about. The broken ATL Storytime. Go watch it. But even in ATL, I was paying for my own food and stuff. So I don't even want to say that's payback, but whatever. So listen, I'm just still trying to make the best of the situation. I know Scammer is now with us, and he's going to be paying for us to get into the bar and to get drinks, and we're about to have a good night. So I put everything that happened before this night behind me. I just forget about it. The money is already spent. We're here right now in this moment, and it's still Chelsea's birthday. Let's go out and get drunk. We're in DC, like, who cares? So of course, Scary just could not get out of the little mood he was in, and then he was really just not fucking with Scammer. And we're just like, you're being weird. Like, we're here for Chelsea's birthday. Excuse me. You need to be able to put your feelings to the side and come out for your friend. Because that's where my head was out with it. Like, I was looking at Scammer a little weird too. Like, dang, dude, like, what happened? Did you stop answering the phone? Like, what? That was weird. That was very, very weird. But at the same time, you're here now and you're about to pay for us to have a good time. Let's go. Now, maybe he felt a little weird because he, you know, Scary is a guy, but Scammer was still willing to pay for him anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's just go have a good time. So, long story short, Scary did not come with us. He actually disappeared from the room, And we're like, hey, we're about to leave. Like, you come in. He's just like,
no, I'm gonna stay here.
And that was just so weird of him. Like, just whatever. Like, Chelsea, let's go. Scammer, let's go. Let's have a good time. I'm drunk. I'm vlogging like the whole thing, guys. It was so funny. I was drunk as hell. But yeah, so like I'm just having a good time. And we get to the club. The club was lit as hell. I ain't gonna hold you. The club was lit. I wish we had a section, but they have no sections left. But it was cool. But having a section would have been even more lit. I was getting super drunk in there. And yeah, I just liked the whole vibe. Like the whole vibe, the scene was nice. And I don't know, I forget how long we stayed for, but I don't think we stayed for that long. I don't know why we didn't stay that long, but for the amount of time that we was there, it was a cool scene. It was. I have no complaints about the club for real. Like, I really don't. We're leaving the club. Me and Chelsea go next door to like sit. I think it was inside of this pizza shop. So we're sitting inside this pizza shop waiting on, what's his name? Waiting on Scammer to go pull the car up on us. So we do that. We get back in the car with Scammer. We end up getting back to the hotel. We're still drinking, kikiing, but we're not doing too much because Scary is in a room, sleep or whatever, being boring as hell. At this point, I guess you technically were just the driver on this trip. And yeah, so we end up going, me, Scammer, and Chelsea go in a car. We're smoking, we're drinking, we're talking more. I mean, at this point, it's like 4 or 5 in the morning. Like, I'm about to go lay down. So I'm like, all right, y'all. So Chelsea ends up going with Scammer back to their hotel, and I go back upstairs with Scary, and I go to sleep. I go to sleep because just looking at him was making me hella annoyed, y'all. Just hella annoyed. So I'm fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm fucked up eating chips in the bed, getting crumbs everywhere. I don't care. I'm drunk. Like, I don't. So, y'all, I literally wake up with crumbs like on my face, sticking to my chest and everything. Like, that's how you know I was drunk doing anything. I halfway wake up. It's like 8, 9 in the morning. And all I hear is Scary up, packing his bag. And I didn't think anything of it because, mind you, we had to leave. At this point, it's Sunday. And we had to be checked out by either 11, or if we got the late checkout, it was 1. But we had to be checked out, you know, that day. So, but it was still early. It was like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not about to get up yet. Especially since I just laid my ass down. I see him getting all his stuff packed up and whatnot. And I just fall back to sleep because I'm like, oh, he's getting his stuff together. But then I woke back up again like 20 minutes later, and I seen that he was gone. He wasn't in the room anymore. I'm looking around, y'all. I hop up because I'm like, wait, I don't see his bags. I don't see none of his stuff. I don't see his charger out no more. Like, I see nothing. I'm calling Chelsea. I'm like, girl, did you talk to Scary?
She's like, no, why?
I'm just like, I heard him packing all his stuff up earlier, and I drifted back to sleep. But when I woke up, he's nowhere to be found, and none of his bags are in here. Like, nothing's in here anymore. Like, I think he left. Like, do you think he would have left because he was mad last night, and you think he left us? Like, y'all, I'm low-key, like, panicking because I'm like, nah, he wouldn't have left us. But then again, I'm just like, I don't know him as much as Chelsea knows him. Maybe he did. Like, I don't know. And I think he used to make jokes about how he left people before. So, and then when we're in Pittsburgh and we're going out to the club, this man always disappears. And when we call him, he'd be like, oh, I left. Like, it's just always some weird stuff. So I'm not gonna hold you. I really thought this man left and started driving back to Pittsburgh without us. So I called Chelsea, and she's like,
I'm gonna call him.
She calls him or whatever, and I guess she gets in touch with him, and she was just like,
oh no, he's good. He went out downstairs and was walking around the hotel and got himself some Starbucks and
Starbucks? So you're telling me that I was paying for this man's meals this entire weekend, and this man had money to get up and get himself some fucking Starbucks? The audacity. I can't. Like, what? I'm sorry, y'all. At this point, I'm over this trip because it was a waste of damn time. A waste of my little $200. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, what the hell is going on? So at this point, I'm just like, was there free breakfast downstairs? No, there wasn't. I think we might have had like just enough money to get like a little sandwich or something at McDonald's or the gas station or something. And I had did the first fill up, so Chelsea did the second fill up. And yeah, we hit it back on the road. But I was just so irritated the whole time. And of course, we got back hella quick because Scary was speeding the whole way because he was over the entire trip. Meanwhile, he kind of made the trip worse than what it had to be. Like, the trip could have been super fun, but I don't know. I just would never go on another trip with that man. That was basically the gist of what happened. Chelsea was definitely wrong for not telling me all the specifics of what was supposed to happen in order for us to be driven down there by Scary. So I was definitely caught off guard when I found out I had to feed a grown man. I've never taken care of a man, so that was weird. And yeah, I don't know. I'll just never do that again. Ever since then, I have not went on any trips broke, guys. I promise. I have not went on any more trips broke. After that trip, I'm not gonna hold you. I do have another story time. I have another story time where I went on a trip broke, and I'm gonna give you that story time as well. And actually, in the beginning I was broke, but towards like the middle of the trip, I ended up coming up on some money, so I was Gucci. But I'm gonna give y'all that story too. And honestly, I think I want to start a new series, guys. I don't know, maybe vacation trips from hell or something, because I have so many stories about me going on vacation with certain people and it just not being good experience at all. So I think I'm gonna make that new series. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna call it, but vacation horror story series, probably. That'll be most likely what it is. And I'll put this one on there. It wasn't much of a horror story because, like I told you, I was such a go with the flow type of person. I didn't start to get, I just got annoyed here and there, but trust me, my trips have been way worse. And but I don't care. This was one of them where I didn't have the best of times, but it wasn't terrible. I will say that it wasn't terrible. But anyway, guys, if you like the story or had any experience close to this, please let me know down in the comments, because I feel like I just be going through the craziest stuff. Like, it's so funny. My sister always says, when did you live this life? Like, I don't remember you ever living this life. And it's like, girl, there's just been so much stuff that has happened to me throughout the years, and just stuff that still happens to me to this day. That's why I will never run out of story times. Like, I will always have a story to tell y'all because some shit is always happening. It's like ridiculous. With that being said, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.